feel like money is the best drug. Sometimes hate can be the best love. What's up, guys? Genius Pie Trap, not Big Sean, as you probably thought from my dope ass rapping. But I am here to bring you another Steam tutorial on turning a profit in Steam on community items. And this is in celebration of my Making Money on Steam with Gems video that now has over 100,000 views. And I said I would be making more videos of this, and I never did. And I have a lot of requests to make videos, as this video got pretty good reception. So this video more focuses on the in-game items from games such as Team Fortress 2 and Counter-Strike Go. Alright, before we get started, I want you guys to realize that some of these tips take a while to progress, right? This is not a turn a quick profit, you're gonna see it in minutes like the gem video. This is more, you're gonna have to wait and play and guess. There's also risk involved, as initial investments might not always pan out. So I am looking at my market history right now, and here it shows all of the market purchases I bought from the community market. And we're going to talk about two Counter-Strike Go ones that I bought on November 22nd, November 23rd. Alright, so here we have a team sticker that I bought for $3.50, and this one right here I bought for $5.72. Alright, as of now, let's look at this one first, this Team Dignus. Right now it's selling for $6.29. Paid $3.50, selling $6.29. Alright. The other example, this one right here, the Skull Foil, paid $5.72. Right now it's selling for $13.50. So what does this mean? Basically, the lesson is buy low, sell high, much like a stock market or something like that. In fact, that's exactly how I look at this, is a stock market. Buy items for cheap, sell them at a higher price. Pretty simple, right? So how do we know when to do that, how to do that, what items are going to make you a profit? It is a gamble, but with some insight we can really guess. Now if we scroll down, if we go to a page like this, let's look at this one right here. And we have these crazy charts. Let's just go on lifetime right here. Now, when I bought this, I could see it was at a dip. There was a steady climb, a dip, where where did I buy that? Right around November 22nd. It was somewhere around there for $5. I got a great price on it. I watched for it, $5. I could see the card was generally rising. Now, since then, it just continued to rise with these dips in here. You know, even here we have major dips. Now, I have been holding on to this, and it has steadily rose. When I think it will, right before I think it will drop, I will sell it. And oftentimes, I will wait for the drop to come, buy the same item when the drop occurs, and resell it when the price increases. So there is research that needs to go in this. Every item is different, and you have to kind of predict what is going to happen. Just some quick tips that I find generally what happens. Steam sales, okay? Steam sales are big because all of a sudden we have lots of games on sale, and people want to take advantage of a price that's happening. So often what they'll do is unload items. They'll unload their Team Fortress 2 items, they'll unload their stickers, their guns, or whatever from Counter-Strike Go, their knives, whatever, what have you. And that's where a lot of times you can find stuff for cheap. Also, big releases. So, like, say for example, Grand Theft Auto 5. I picked up a lot of great deals on people trying to get some money in their Steam account to pick up Grand Theft Auto 5. Whether they're selling, again, anything. So that, I think, is a great time to pick up stuff. A great time to sell it, on the other hand, I think is sometimes during the Christmas sale. I found great times to sell it, and also, but right around that Christmas time, that holiday time. The reason being, I believe, is people are getting Steam gift cards, they got money, and they're buying games, they're buying stickers, they're buying Team Fortress 2 hats, they're buying all this stuff. They got all this extra money in their Steam account, and they want to blow it on something. So there, I think, is a great time to sell items like that. But again, you really have to pay attention to the market, and I don't have time to look at this as much as I should, and usually I go for items that I feel are going for the long haul, like this one. We can also use this bottom graph here. If we put our cursor next to it, it'll tell us like 6 buy orders at 1118 or higher, and from that information we can kind of gauge of if X amount of sales happen, where the price will go and what direction it will move. And one thing to keep in mind is that this item, like for this item for instance, we're gonna have to wait a week before we can sell it again and relist it back on the market. So if you buy and sell and trade stuff just for a profit, that's definitely one thing to keep in mind, is that you're gonna have to at least hold on for a week. I usually hang on to items a lot longer and to see. Now, is this a foolproof plan? Absolutely not. There's risks. I have definitely sold items where I very rarely lose any money on an item, but it definitely does happen. It has happened to me before. I got burnt on a couple Team Fortress 2 items. There's times where I sold an item and 2 weeks later I could have definitely gotten way more money for it. So it is a gamble, but I think the more you look at items and you get a feel for them, just start looking and going into the market and just kind of keep an eye at what stuff is going on. These, what these keys are going for, buying and selling keys. You don't usually, but Counter-Strike is really kind of the hot market right now. Team Fortress 2 is always rock solid, but Counter-Strike seems to be the big one right here. For example, this AK-47 Vulcan, when this first came on the market, it was hugely going like gangbusters here, $155, and it just steadily drop, and it continues to drop. Now this is something I would look at, and eventually I would suspect that this might go back up on the rise. You don't know, but it would be something to look at. It's all about supply and demand. Alright, hope you learned a little bit of something. Hope that inspires you to maybe buy some in-game items to turn a profit. I feel the buying and selling on Steam to make a profit is a lot like Adventure Capitalist, where I'm just basically buying and selling and waiting and trading, and to me I look at it as a big buying money, clicking here, buying this, trading this, and sometimes I lose, sometimes I win, but you're playing with real money, I guess. If this video gets a good reception like the last one, maybe I'll make another one on another tip. Play at your own risk. Genius Pie Trap, over and out. Later. Bye.
Victory.
The outcome was never really in doubt.
Eat my dust!
Let's have a go at it!
Godspeed, you magnificent bastard.
Giddy up!